Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Fortitude Fix. I hope you're well. My name is DaShanna, and in today's video I am bringing to you 25 mom hacks, tips, tricks, things that I have learned along the way, or I learned a little bit after that I adopted and continue to do now. Things that I think you all need to know if you are pregnant, if you are wanting to get pregnant, if you have a little one around. These things came in handy. So if you're interested in hearing all of these really awesome, cool tips, tricks, and hacks for moms, for first-time moms, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So yes, I am in my car. Listen, I work a full-time job. I'm a mom, I'm a wife. I do YouTube. Like, I gotta get this done when and where I can. So baby Nova is doing very, very well. She's at home with dad right now, and I am in the car. So we are gonna film this video right here, right now. Also, they're not gonna be in any particular order. I just have a list, so I'm gonna go by my list. Let's go ahead and get into tip, trick, hack number 1. Use a nightlight. Utilize a nightlight. Turning on a full bright light in a room can totally wake up your baby and just keep them awake longer than they need to because of the brightness and the stimulation. So make sure to have a smaller nightlight. It can be one that you plug in. It can also be like the sound machine if it has a light on it. Amazing, okay? Amazing. You want to try to keep it as dark as possible, but you also want to be able to see what you're doing. So instead of utilizing the big light for the room, go ahead and make sure you have a nightlight. The second thing that came in super handy, and I say this is a mom trick or hack, is to have a tiny fridge. So no, I don't mean the mini fridge that you take to college with you. I'm talking about the one that's literally like this big, okay? Go ahead and get you one of those. It can fit whatever you need it to fit, but if you're also like pumping or if you have milk, you can put it in there, especially if it comes in handy if you have like 2 levels in your home, not having to go downstairs for everything to the big refrigerator. Just having a tiny one that you can put things in is super helpful. Another hack is to have a ton of burp cloths. These burp cloths come in handy for so many different things, but just make sure you have them on hand. I've been seeing a lot of registries lately, and I haven't seen not one burp cloth on their registry though. So if you are making your registry, make sure to put some of those on there, or make sure to buy some for yourself and for a baby, because they have multiple uses and you just need a ton of them. Next is to utilize a baby carrier, a wrap, or like a ring sling to have your hands free. As a new mom, as somebody who has a kid now and you're trying to like navigate your life, having your hands free to do things is so handy. Baby wants to be close to you, they love it, and having your hands free to do other things, whether that's cook, whether that's, I don't know, go on a walk, utilize your phone, whatever, having your hands free is amazing. So utilizing those wraps, I really do wish I would have used mine earlier. I was just really nervous about like putting her in it, and then and if she was heavy enough to be in it and all those things, but honestly I would have utilized that from day one if I could go back and do it all over again. Another hack would be to pick out baby's clothes before. So the night before, even though kind of we're in a pandemic and you may not be going anywhere, baby's gonna need something to wear because they're gonna either poop or pee through it, or they're gonna have some spit up on it or whatever. Make sure you have just another like onesie or sleep sack or like dress or whatever it is that you want to put your little one in. Make sure you have one of those available handy for the next day. Another tip is to have everything ready before bath time. So your diaper, your wipes, your lotion, your jammies, whatever it is that baby needs, have it laid out first before you go into the bathtub with baby. So lay it all out. That way when you get out of bath, baby's like, you know, transitioning from the water, the warm water, to like being outside in your room or wherever. You have everything ready and you can just go. The next thing is surrounding bath time. Also, if you don't have a bathtub in your home, or if you are having like a difficult recovery, definitely utilize your sink for bath time. You can stand upright. You don't have to bend down, squat, sit, do anything else. You can just stand and do what you need to do. Utilize your sink. There's awesome like little inserts that you can put into a sink for babies so they're not sliding around. We utilized the blooming bath, so make sure you have something like that and utilize the sink so you don't have to bend or stoop down. Next is the Wonder Weeks app. Oftentimes your baby is going through a lot of transition. They are developing their brain like from the moment that they are born, and they're just getting used to everything in the world. So the Wonder Weeks app is such an amazing app. I made a video about this before here on my channel. I'll link it up in the iCards, but literally it tells you what your little one is doing at any given time and what's going on with their brain function, like developmental leaps and things that you can expect from your little one, and tips on how to like help them along during those times. You can also see when there's going to be like a fussy phase going on, or when things are kind of happy and fun for your baby. It's just a really awesome all-around app that can really just help you feel like you're not going crazy, and that what's happening with your baby is completely fine and necessary for their development and growth. Another tip I have is to allow extra time for everything, okay? If it takes you 30 minutes normally to get dressed and get out of the door, give yourself an hour. If you are one of those people who can't stand being late, like your early means on time, and you want to allot an hour, I would say probably allot an hour and a half if you're one of those people who can't stand being late at all. Because truth is, even if you give yourself enough time, something's gonna happen. You're gonna be a little bit slower moving. Baby's gonna have a big blowout. You forgot something once you're in the car, you gotta run back upstairs and get it. Like, it's gonna happen. So just allow extra time for everything. And honestly, people know you have a child now and that you may show up a couple minutes late. Like, it's okay, it comes with the territory. But again, allow yourself extra time and extra time if you need to. Another tip would be to utilize coconut oil for cradle cap. Honestly, if you have one of those soft brushes that, like those silicone brushes that they may give you at the hospital, keep it, hold on to it. When little one is in the bathtub, you can kind of put some of that in their hair and wipe it. Honestly, like, it's amazing and it works wonders. It worked so well for Nova. I know there are some people who have like the cradle cap brush by like Frida Baby, works as well. I didn't get that. I had one similar, but the coconut oil is what actually helped because it kind of got in underneath the flakes to get that cradle cap out. Hey everyone, so here is where I began to sweat profusely. I decided I refused to be on Beyonce's good internet with all of the sweat running down my face, so go ahead and enjoy this light filter for the next few minutes. Get yourself a silicone changing pad. Honestly, there are some really expensive ones like the Kikoru and things, but then there's also the ones that are pretty reasonable, like the Skip Hop, the one that we have. I'll insert a picture here, but that one comes in so handy. All I have to do is wipe it. It's not going to sink through, and then you don't have to wash the whole changing pad. Anyway, it's a lifesaver for me. So I'm able to just wipe it down. And then also, if you're like nervous about it being kind of too cold for baby, you can always lay one of those or two of those burp cloths that I told you about, right? Put some of those down, lay baby on that, change diaper, you're good to go. Speaking of changing diaper, open up the diaper. Open up the diaper, get the wipes out of the pack before you take diaper off baby. I swear half of your body is going to be to try to get baby not to move or roll or fall off of something, and you have one hand left. And it's kind of hard, but make sure to open that diaper first and get some wipes out so that all you have to do is lay baby down, take diaper, wipe, put new diaper on, call it a day. You're not sitting here fumbling through things. Have everything out already, like out of the packaging. Like open the diaper, like take 2 wipes out, like do that, and it'll be so helpful. Speaking of diaper changes, let's talk blowouts. So you know those onesies and they have the cute little flap that you see up here and you're like, oh, that's adorable. So there's a reason for that. If you unflap those 2 things, it actually gives you extra space so that you can pull the onesie down over baby's body. If there's a blowout, you don't have to worry about taking the onesie up and over their head and the potential of getting poop everywhere and on their hair. Ugh. Utilize those, make the onesie bigger and pull down so you don't have to worry about that. And make sure to roll, okay? Roll as you go so that the poop doesn't trail, you know, in places that you don't want it to be. Utilize those and pull the onesie down as opposed to up. If you are starting out with tummy time and baby isn't really liking the floor, do some modifications to tummy time. Place baby on your chest while you lay down flat on the floor. You can also place baby on the bed on their tummy while you are right there. Don't go anywhere, but be right there. Give them some things to look at, you know, move around like this, and it can help them lift that head up, right? It's a little bit softer than being on the floor, and baby can get used to being in that position. This is another one for diapers. Utilize the diaper that baby is already wearing to help wipe the poop as you change their diaper. So let's say you open the diaper, right? You see poop, okay? You already got your wipes handy. What I want you to do is utilize that diaper and kind of just apply pressure as you take the diaper out, right? So that you can utilize that to help get the poop off of baby's skin, and it can help save the amount of wipes that you use. Let the diaper help you, help yourself. Have a changing station on each floor. So if you have an apartment, a townhouse, or anything like that where there's multiple levels, have a changing station upstairs with diapers and wipes and all the things that you need. Have another one downstairs. I have a Skip Hop portable changing mat. I also have the silicone mat that I talked to you about earlier, and I keep them on different floors of the house so that I'm not having to run all the way upstairs to grab a diaper or something. It's already on whatever floor that I am. And to be honest, I have like 3 different changing stations. One is in our room, just in case we're in there with Nova. One is in her room where we spend most of the time and where Nova spends most of the time. And then we have one downstairs. So we have diapers and wipes like all over the place. Another hack, tip, trick that I have for you is to utilize zippers. Onesies with zippers as opposed to the snaps. They're a lifesaver, a time saver, and it just works. Especially as your baby gets older, they're not gonna be super stationary, and they're not gonna just lay there and let you change their diaper. They're gonna be wanting to roll, sit up, get up, do all the things. So zippered onesies come in handy. Now they also have the ones that are like reversible zip, so honestly you can zip them down, you can zip them up, whatever. Some come with 2 zippers where you can, there's a zipper at the bottom that stays, and you can lift that up to like chest area, so that way you can get to the diaper without taking the whole onesie off and having their whole chest exposed, right? So onesies with zippers, so much better. And honestly, even when they're really, really young, you may or may not even put them in onesies, depending on what season it is, right? If it's too hot outside, a lot of folks will utilize those like gowns, right? That don't have any feet or anything. It's just like something you can tie, or something where baby's legs can just hang out. So utilize those. Awesome, awesome tip or hack, so you're not wasting time with snaps and such. All right, everyone. So if things look a little bit different, y'all, I was sweating, I had to move. So here we are. I'm gonna finish up this video. The next kind of tip, trick, hack that I have for you is the Windy. The Windy by Frida Baby. No joke. It is one of the best things that we purchased and used for Nova in those first few weeks of her life, because baby has to be a certain amount of weeks old before you can use things like gas drops or gripe water. And so Windy is the gas passer that helps to relieve the pressure in the gas that baby is having that makes them so fussy. Oh, it worked wonders. So honestly, that's probably one of the like most important things that we had was the Windy. All right, another tip, trick, or hack is to have the like a diaper bag but have a backpack. So again, you can have your hands free. It kind of stores more stuff. You don't have to worry about all that weight on your shoulder. And then honestly, if you're carrying baby, if you're a baby wearing and you have like the Ergo Baby or a ring sling or something like that in the front, you have your backpack back here. No harm, no foul. You are ready to go. You can walk through the airport, you can walk through Target, whatever it is. You have your hands free, and it's amazing. Everything is secure, everything's together, and it's just an awesome idea. Next is also to have water on hand. Have water everywhere, especially if you are breastfeeding. I don't know what it is, but let me tell you, there is no hunger like being a breastfeeding mama, and there is no thirst like being a breastfeeding mama. So make sure you have water everywhere, in your car, in your diaper bag, upstairs, downstairs. Like, just make sure you have water on deck. Now, you all know how I do, okay? My water bottle, I've had this thing forever. I recently got another one just because it was time, but this is the same exact one. It's the like motivational one. I'm a little behind, you know. Actually, no, I'm right on time, but amazing. Have you some water. This is half a gallon, so I drink 2 of these a day, or at least I try to. Make sure you have some water. Another tip, is to cut baby's fingernails when they are sleeping or napping. It is a lot easier to do. They're not as wiggly. I know for me, I used the baby nail clippers, which was great, but then I think I got a little too close and she kind of like jerked away and it freaked me out. Granted, it wasn't a huge deal. She was fine, but I ended up getting an electronic nail file. So make sure to get yourself one of those too if you're afraid of using the clips, like the actual nail clipper. You know, but the hack here is to do it when baby's sleeping. Next is if your baby is starting solids and you want to introduce water to them, make sure that you get like a sippy cup that's made for that age range of your baby. We have the 360 sippy cup, but if you want to do something like as a transition from bottle to sippy cup, they actually make these little nipples that are flat like a sippy cup to transition. So maybe you go from like a bottle nipple to that sippy cup to put water in, so the sippy cup nipple, and then you can do something like the 360 if you want to do like a cup or something with a straw. But maybe you might need something during that intermediate point. But yeah, they make those nipples. I didn't know that before becoming a mom, so that was awesome. And yeah, that's a really cool option for those of you who want to introduce water, but maybe don't want a cup or a straw just yet. Another hack is to use ice cube trays. If you are feeding baby solids, you're making purees on your own, go ahead and get like these. I have the OXO brand ones, I think I got from Amazon. But if you just have regular ice cube trays, it doesn't even have to be branded as like for babies. Go to Dollar Tree, get you a couple, and you can portion out the purees into those trays and then freeze them. Then what happens is you can like take out the ice cubes or the cubes of pureed baby food and put them in a Ziploc bag, put them in the freezer, and when you're ready for mealtime, just pop 2 or 3 of those or however many you want into microwave safe bowl or however you want to warm up your food for baby. So awesome, and it helps when you're batch cooking, and it just saves room in your freezer to make the cubes and then put them in bags and keep it in the freezer for when you need them. Another hack would be to wear your baby at the airport. I know with everything that's going on in the world, we may and may not be traveling, but things are opening up, and you know, you might feel more comfortable now. So whether you have the vaccine, people might be feeling a lot more comfortable. Essentially, having a baby carrier and wearing your baby through the airport for me and my family was a lot easier to do. I didn't want to have to fuss with the stroller and all of that good stuff, but I have a video coming up on how we traveled with a baby, and I'm really excited about that. But wearing Nova was amazing throughout the airport and through Target and all that stuff, especially now she's starting to like reach and grab for things. Keeping her nice and safe with me is awesome. So that's also a really, really good tip. And another tip is, especially if you have a little one, this works really, really well, is when you change their diaper, the snaps at the bottom, actually you can kind of roll their arms together like this, and you can put it over. So bring the back piece over their shoulder, bring the front piece up, and you can snap it and kind of hold their little arms in place so they're not flailing about, touching the poop, or doing anything like that while you're changing their diaper. So you can actually kind of keep their arms snug while you change diaper, and then bring the onesie back down when you're all done. Honestly, that was such a good one. All right, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope that you found some kind of tip, trick, or hack in this video that is helpful for you. I made this with the intent to help you all, so I do hope it served its purpose. So if you want to stick around and watch more videos of mine, I would love to have you become a subscriber. Click that red subscribe button and join the fam. I'll be back with another video very, very soon. And as always, remember to fill your cup. Bye.